My name's Dr. July 13. This is Jodie Whittaker answer Doctor Who question from Twitter. And this is Wired. And anything about that? Let's get started. And
Hi, I'm Jodie Whittaker, and this is Doctor Who Support.
So
Here we go. Bryn Hodgin has asked, if I was able to ask the Doctor, well, you can, a question, it would be, how do you manage to balance a home/Time Lord lifestyle? I would say it creates chaos and havoc and epic adventure, but that is all the things you want from life. Hope that answers your question, Bryn. Joff has asked, you have a TARDIS and know how to pilot it. Where, when would you go? Okay, I think I...
Hold on. Before she answers that, here's the thing. I have that cup over there. I have the Kablam pop figure. I did explain it in my a high school Markiplier and the Dalek. I do have the TARDIS. This TARDIS. I have the 12th Doctor Star Screwdriver, 11th, also 13th. I have two of the TARDIS pop figure because if I lose it, that's the reason why. And I have this Whonology, and I have this sonic screwdriver. So, anyways, let's get started.
Go to Neptune in 50 years just to see if our lessons have been learned. If we have perspective from Neptune and we can look back on this beautiful universe, have we made the right choices for all those other planets? It's Neptune because in our solar system it's the furthest away if we're not counting Pluto. So I think it would give an excellent sense of perspective. That's what I would do. Also, Neptune's dark and stormy. I quite like a bit of atmosphere. Ryan Smith has asked, is the Doctor ever going to oil that squeaky hinge on the TARDIS door? I've got so many important things to be doing every day, like saving the universe. I've got to leave that to somebody else.
Wow.
Heather Roker has asked, odd thought for the day. Does the Doctor ever wash their clothes? You always see them in the same outfit, right? Is there a day where they just stay in the TARDIS in some PJs and wait for their clothes to be washed? No, I just don't think, particularly my Doctor, I don't think I have the patience for that. I think I've developed such an extraordinary outfit that it's self-cleaning. Michael Hardy, what the hell, in capital letters, has happened to Gallifrey? Do you think I'm going to spoil that now? I am not. Liz, at Covered in Bees, 67, has asked, has the 13th Doctor used any aliases? Doctor Who, I want to know what she will call herself when she can't say that she's the Doctor. Oh, well, I've got an excellent gadget called a psychic paper. And when I want to be a little bit sneaky and have a completely different alias, I just flash my psychic paper. And 9 times out of 10, it gives a wonderful description of what I think would be an appropriate way for me to sneak into a building if I don't want to reveal that I am a Time Lord with 2 hearts. Ooh. Sean Scott Smith. Doctor Who was fantastic last night. Thank you. Has anyone ever sprouted a fan theory that the Doctor and the Master are the same being, like a split personality? I'd believe it. I've never heard that. That might be one of those things that's a very big conversation online that I've missed. I believe wholeheartedly that we are not the same person, but you can disagree. But I would say,
it's like
not.
50%.
Hi, Marie. Your question is, anyone else want to give the Doctor a hug? No? Just me? Well, you can, because I love a hug. I'm very tactile. This is from Who Fan Site. Where do you think the 13th Doctor got those goggles from? They were in The Woman Who Fell to Earth, and now they're in the new series. Just curious, what do you think? Well, They were found by our extraordinary costume designer, Ray Holman, and they were loved so much by Jamie Childs, the director of The Woman Who Fell to Earth. And they got such a fantastic response that I think we brought them back again. But what I like to think of them as is my nod to Doc Brown. And if you don't know who that is,
oh, come on.
Giant sinkhole of fun. Hashtag Jodie Whittaker is becoming another great hashtag Doctor Who. But it's always going to bother me that she was able to build a new sonic screwdriver. How did she build the software? She couldn't do that. She could. I know, we are so clever sometimes. I was able to because I was able to steal something from Tim Shaw that helped me along the way. I was also in Sheffield and they have excellent steel. There was all the things that I needed and a little bit of Who belief in myself that got me that brand new Sonic that works perfectly. Amy. Now she has asked, why is the Doctor being so secretive about where she is from? Now, I would say it's a Pandora's box to ask the Doctor where they're from. Ooh. And I think particularly knowing how curious Ryan, Yaz and Graham are, they wouldn't accept necessarily the 1 or 2 word answer that I would be willing to give without revealing so much of my past, which some of it is a joyous memory, some of it is incredibly sad, some of it is steeped in loss. And I think
like
that conversation is often too big in the moments that they have together. Essie has asked, does the Doctor have a bedroom in the TARDIS? I'd say yeah. I don't think it will be frequented very often because, as I've said before, I'm incredibly hyperactive and I think the brain never sleeps. But I would say they do. In this season, we've discovered that there's a wardrobe hall and karaoke buses. So I think missing out a bedroom would be a huge error. Yes. So Santa Major Mario SMMVA has asked, I've always wondered if the Doctor was able to get a cleaner for the TARDIS, what would the bill be for the inside? I mean, if you've seen episode 3 of this season, there's a giant tentacle that we're mopping up. So I'd say pretty hefty. I mean, there's custard cream crumbs on the floor, there's muddy footprints. I don't have lots of time to do cleaning. I'm not a complete scruff, but I'd say it'd probably be quite a hefty bill. Markashique. How can the sonic screwdriver work on a rope when it can't even work on something as basic as wood? God, you are rude about my Sonic. My Sonic's brilliant. I'm not even going to comment on it. It's absolutely flawless, in my opinion. Howard Nelson has asked, how many lives does a Gallifreyan cat have? I will never sleep again. Gallifreyan cat. I mean, infinite.
Wait,
let's give it that to really blow your mind. Have yourself a cookie little Christmas. John Boy Cook has asked, so genuine question for all Whovians. How long have you been a fan when you realised that the rhythm of the theme tune is a Time Lord double heartbeat? Well, so it was revealed to me, so I'm not embarrassed. I did not know about lots of things were revealed to me. That's why I love playing the part, because every day is a learning day. But yeah, I thought that was a beautiful addition to the episode, and it was a reveal to me. If I'm now going to get hounded because I should have known that, I apologise profusely. Bethany.
Oh, same here.
She's asked, I'm thinking of getting this tattoo on my wrist. Yes, my first tattoo. What's everyone's opinion? I don't have any tattoos. I go on about it all the time. I've got an idea for one, and I'm still, at 37, have not got it. I would think very carefully about getting a tattoo, because what if your taste changes? But as designs go, it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm not discouraging the artistic work on your wrist at all, because it's beautiful. But I would say, how do you know you're going to like it in 40 years? I'm always curious about that with people with tattoos. I wish I had that kind of longevity in my taste. I'm impressed if you do. Biggins Digest at BBC. Can we please see 13 meet the face of Bo? Hashtag Doctor Who, hashtag 13th Doctor, hashtag face of Bo. We cannot reveal anything that is going to happen ever, because why be a fan of Doctor Who if you were going to have spoilers? So I'm not answering. So, Type 40 marketing. If nothing can get into the TARDIS, how did the Kablam delivery bot manage it? Well, let's use an analogy like a vampire. There was a signal, and I accepted the signal because I've been waiting for a delivery. So it was a bit like it was invited in. And because of that, the hologram-esque delivery bot arrived and brought me my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful present.
I gotta say, the reason why the Doctor, I'm so confused. I'm gonna say it wasn't like not this version of the Doctor, but the 11th. You know what? Never mind.
The Renaissance of bad ideas. So, Mary Poppins is a Time Lord, right? Oh. Oh.
We've been knowing that for a long time.
So we're not the first female. That's just pulled the rug, hasn't it? There we go. Lauren has asked. Oh, she hasn't asked. She's put in quotes. I love a laminator. Why is 13 the most relatable? I do love a laminator, actually. Although in this day and age, I don't know how good a laminator is. It's not ideal for recycling, but it does keep things very clean. And if you're putting it on your wall, you don't need to put a nail in. You can just put blue tack, so it's always really handy. Because if your tastes change, as I've just discovered that my tastes change quite regularly, because I won't be getting a tattoo soon, you can just peel off the laminator off the floor from blue tack. You don't have blue tack, do you? Do you have blue tack? All right, cool. There you go. That's your answer. Ryan Kennedy has asked, how does the TARDIS always land on flat ground? It always lands on flat ground because I'm an excellent pilot. Also because we have a brilliant art department who find a really wonderful location every time they have to build it. And they're just helping us out. It's a lot of people to get in there. If it's wonky, we tip all over. Especially if we get Brad in there, we're all tipped over. Silent Rambles. How did the Doctor survive the fall from atmosphere to the train? I'd say I'd taken a huge intake of breath. I then have really good lung capacity to scream throughout the entire fall, so that my next intake of breath was done so smoothly on the train floor that when I bobbed up into frame, that change of atmosphere had no effect on me. Artistic license. Poppy. Since when can the Doctor drive a car? She can barely drive the TARDIS. She's getting better. I had a few... how shall I say this? In my first 3 episodes, I did attempt to land in Sheffield in the 21st century, and it went a little bit wrong. But thank goodness for those little errors, because we ended up in some phenomenal adventures and witnessing some extraordinary moments in history. So, you know, it was a new interior. I had to learn how to drive it. But now, I'd say I'm pretty flawless. I'm also a really good driver, and it would be very hard for me, Jodie Whittaker, as the actor, to kind of fudge my extraordinary driving into bad driving on set. Well, I'm Jodie Whittaker, and that is it for Doctor Who support. I will see you in the next 900 years.
Well, there were like some things like that I live agree on, but something like what? So I'm like, what? Okay, now oh gosh. The thing about the the sonic screwdriver can sound like a rope but not wood. Basically, I think I don't know which doctor said, like, I think it was like 11th, the 11th doctor said, like, I think he said, like, oh, it's like a bug, something. I meant that to be fixed or something like that, whatever. But never did. And another thing which really shocked me is the theme song is the Time Lords Time Lords like heartbeat, and like I never hold on. What I was about to say is oh shit, I forgot what I was about to say. The oh yeah, I was about to explain about the sorry. I was about to explain about the theme song. I did not know about the like the heartbeat, whatever. I thought like I think it was like a clever theory. And another thing is I want to say to thanks to this doctor, this I mean Jodie Whittaker, because like I go say at least we getting like someone like the old monsters coming back, uh classic villain coming back. We're proud of it, and that's I think that's it. Be brilliant, and see y'all in the next video. Bye bye.